Alright folks, I'm here with yet another tournament series. Let me switch the sides real quick. We're not about to look at this stall and have that be the POV. But we're here today. Yet another series from the official ladder tournament. The greatest OU tournament that competitive Pokemon singles has to offer. I'm your host, Thunder Blunder 888. And we're here today to go over this amazing battle. This series, this best of three. So both of these players, I've recorded one of their previous series. Clean played against Soulwind, and Helion 2 played against Vertex, I believe. Anyways, these players find themselves in the final series before the next stage of playoffs. So the way that this official ladder tournament works is that 32 players qualify for the initial stage, and then they play in a sort of Swiss bracket, which means you need to win 3 series, alright? And you have 5 chances. So both of these players have won 2 and lost 2. So this is elimination day. Whoever wins this series makes it on to the top 16, the next part of the playoffs. Whoever loses is done. All right, it's over with. They lost. You fool. Nah, I'm playing. But let's see what we get. So we have seen a lot of extreme strategies brought in this playoffs. We've seen dual screens quite a bit. Stall is always going to be fantastic versus some players. We see Helion 2. I don't know how you pronounce this. I think it's Heli 1-2, but I just, I'll just pronounce it how it comes to my head. Which is probably Heli 1-2, right? Or is it Helion 2? The point is, rocks are going up. This guy's taking a net 5%. Gets frozen, but it doesn't even matter if it gets frozen because you PP stall this before you lose to it. Clean is running sub protect lefties, cure 'em, basic set. Has enough HP to live Seismic Toss, so it has 56 HP, if you noticed. Let's try and break down Clean's way of getting through this battle. Tusk comes in on Seismic Toss. Helion 2 is happy about that because that is some good progress to get. The whole point with stall is you want to slowly but surely chip away at the Great Tusk, so that thing is not able to keep hazards off for the whole game, and knock off all your Pokemon at that too. Alright. Well, now you gotta choose who to come in on Will-O-Wisp, so I mean that would just be Blissey, right? Alright, U-turn gets clicked. Does a lot with the U-turn. 15 is meaty damage, but I could have told you this was his max split F Blissey because, brother, it took 11% from freeze dry. We already knew that this thing was packing serious bulk. What's Clean's way out of this? Well, the Enamorus is probably Scarf, which isn't great. If it was Specs with Terra Blast, there was a potential. Can Clean keep Rocks up this battle? Negative. Rocks will never stay up against a Pressure Corviknight, especially because Great Tusk is heavy-duty boots. Yeah, that looks terrible. Now, Clean's team has no knockoff unless Great Tusk is the Pokemon using knockoff, so... It makes me say the Great Tusk should be knockoff, but would Clean have not clicked knockoff immediately rather than trading rocks? Right? Why would you not knock off immediately? But, okay, so is this really no knockoff? And Clean brought a team with no knockoff to a tournament? Which is insane, by the way. It's not Gen 8 where knockoff is like, you have to have it on every team, but I'm telling you right now, you should try and bring knockoff on every team. It's just helpful. It's the ultimate progress maker in any battle like this. Now Clean's progress is clicking U-turn for no chip on anything, bringing back in the Tusk, and getting slowly but surely PP stalled. I'm really trying to understand if he has any way to break out of this situation. I think he's completely screwed. King Gambit is the only way out, and King Gambit does not beat stall as long as Dondozo's alive. This team's too bulky. It's too do nothing. You know, like either put some power or go with an even more bulkier build that utilizes Gliscor and Slowking Future Sight. I hate this in the middle type shit that doesn't accomplish anything offensively or defensively. You're just stuck with a bad 6 of like, cause this team right here, I can tell you this team fails the eye test. This shit looks bad. So we'll see. But I don't really think you can fight your way out of this. This team is not only slow as shit, everything is on Gambit. I guess Enamorus could be choiced. Yo, why is this team so 6-0'd by hazards? And there's no knockoff recipient. Yo, this shit's ass. We'll see. This team is for sure bad, though. Karam comes back in. Clicking the fastest Blissey of your life here. You could be greedy. You could stay in with Pex if you really want to troll and go for toxic for no reason. But yeah, like what's the point? Freeze dry, there's 26 left. It's doing a net of what? So you get 6.25 back from lefties. He's doing 10 or 11%, which means he's doing like now he's doing literally 1% net. Yo, let's go on to game 2, G's. All right, that's nice, you know. It's pretty nice. From Helion 2. Yo, click Wisp clean. Click Wisp. We need to see some shit. Come on. Oh, I'm the best, bro. I'm the best. Too bad. Maybe it's not Wisp. Could be Roar. If he did have Wisp and he clicked it there, that could have been a huge turn. It's like something could have got started. In any case, Clean is looking at his team right now and going, damn, I actually uniquely have nobody to pressure Toxapex. Like, I have nobody that can win this 1v1. Which is crazy, because he actually has nobody that can win this 1v1. King Gambit is the counter. And it's lefty's King Gambit. Which means Dondozo is fucking yo bitch. Wheezing G is probably even smoking this shit too. We see hard Dondozo. Max lefties. God, that's so greedy. And when it works, you feel like you really feel like Lex Luthor when you're using stall and you have max lefties, aka Blissey, Dondozo, everybody, Pex. This team is very good for that reason, because pressure Corv plus Wheezing G, it's damn near impossible to keep hazards off for the entirety of the battle. You're not going to be able to come up clutch with that at all. Like, it's a very low amount of Pokemon that set up hazards that are going to be able to beat that the combination of Corvex Wheezing. Because think about it, Tinglu and Spiker Gliscor are the most commonly used ones, and they both get cooked. Alright, Clean gets knocked off with this Moltres, which, I mean, the game is Great Tusk keeping hazards off. It's over now, Surf sweeps, so we can at least start planning for game 2. If I'm Clean, I would have already forfeited and moved on to game 2. And that's not some rage quit shit. That's some I don't believe in stressing yourself like with a matchup that you just know you're never gonna win. The King Gambit's lefties, so we know it's not offensive Terra. If it was Terra Dark, there was a way, but Petch comes in and his Rocky Helmet, so alright. No way this team is this weak to hazards. This team is like, it's just straight up bad though. Like, a simple Gliscor 1v1s every mon on this team. You can't go cure him on knockoff or toxic or any of that shit. So yeah, so I can't take this team seriously. Also, Ogerpon leads and kills everybody except Petch, and Petch is weak to hazards, it's not boots, so again, it's like, I don't know, I can't rate this team at all. Like I said, there are ways to go offense, there are ways to go defense. The worst thing you can do to yourself is mix them together and not reach the correct point on either end, and you're just left with a bad 6, which I know I'm really hating on Clean's team. There's nothing against him at all. He's a good player. But this team choice is like, bro, come on, bro. This shit is garbage. But I've been there myself, where I've just brought some mid. Enamorous, can it win? It has to be Specs, and it has to click Terra Blast. Oh my god. Gigantic fucking crit. So after all that, just crit to get your way through. This is a garbage play staying in though, bro. You have full stall. You can't lose the game, bruh. Yeah, you shouldn't have risked that. You literally cannot lose, bruh, by switching into Corv. You can't lose. The crit's obviously horrible. I understand why he stayed in. If he gets toxic, he's going to speed the game up. But, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Without the crit, there's no way out. But now it's like, yo, that was some bullshit to even stay in. Yo, what are you doing, bro? Alright. This is a big-ass turn for Helion, though, to get the damage. Losing Pex is some bot shit, bro. Parting shots getting clicked. Click rest. Arg. Alright, let's see. Obviously, sacking the Pex is some bullshit. I mean, again, he did get hexed. For the record, he got hexed. Like, Pex should have easily lived. It's a bold Pex. So, it should have easily lived and gotten the Toxic off, which would have been an insta win for Helion 2. I think he still wins, like, so easily, though. Again, there's no way out for clean. The Toxapex was simply here to troll and be the initial switch into Moltres. So yeah, it's like whatever. We also gotta keep in mind clean doesn't have hazards. It's just a great Tusk. That's why I love using Samurai. Every time you run in the stall and you have Samurai, you feel like the GOAT. Even with Weezing G's bitch ass beating Samurai, you can win if you knock off on the switch and then, you know, make some patient plays throughout the battle. Shit ain't easy, but it's doable, right? So that's all you gotta know. Let's see. Damn. Drinking this coffee, watching this Blissey recover 6% each turn. This shit really do something to you, man. It really puts you in the greatest mood ever. Alright, man. Let's go. Clean. I was unfamiliar with your game. I didn't know that you had crit on command Jitsu mastered like that. If this was Fog... I'm not Fog. If this was Knock Tusk, that could have been pretty nice. It's like negligible difference, though. Also, again, Gliscor is going to max Spike very soon. And that's a wrap. Rocks can never stay up, because as long as you have Defog spammed. Though, you know what? I didn't really like this play. Again, it obviously got crit and all that, but the reason I don't like this play is because, well, for one, if rocks go up, you want them removed still. Helion 2 having up Stealth Rock and Spike is still not worth it if it means he has to play with Stealth Rock on his field. So if rocks do go up, he has to remove them anyways. So there's no reason not to go Korv, because you know that even if rocks go up, you have to remove them. Whatever. It's like one of those impatient turns where you're like, whatever. This is a win on a turn-by-turn basis for me as long as I don't get crit. And crit is what? 1 out of 24 chance. So could I really blame? Could I really blame him? Could I? I mean, yes. Because now I'm trapped here for another 4 hours for one game. But hey, it's all good, man. It's all good, player. Alright, let's see. Rocks up. Corviknight comes back in. Hashtag big pressure. We're down to 12 Stealth Rocks left, thanks to Corviknight's pressure. At least Corviknight is a great Pokemon on stall, because it basically takes away all possible hope from your opponent. When your opponent goes, oh man, if I just double switch a few more times and I keep putting up rocks, eventually he's gonna, no, I'm not running out, bitch. I got pressure. So you tried it. Nice try. But no, you lose. Corviknight defogging pressure mons is some bullshit, man. That combination has always been, that's always been some illegal tech. Like that shit, the amount of teams that even defog Zapdos used to farm back in the day, it was some sinister shit. Damn, man. I wish I could find my phone right now so I could do the Wordle of today rather than watching this bullshit. Because I could probably do 4 different tests while I'm commentating this particular match, because there's just truly nothing happening and it's just over. It's just an over game. The whole point here is, I guess, to claw back your wits, mentally prepare for game 2. But I should say that it's very possible to choke if you make a game. Like, if you extend a game that you think you win no matter what, but the opponent continues to extend it, it can get, like, frustrating. Like, and Helion 2, I still don't know how to pronounce this. What if it's, no, is it 1-2 or own 2? It's the question of all time. What sounds tougher? Helion 2 or Heli 1-2? 1-2 for sure. 1-2 is tough. Anyways, body press is honestly free, because freeze dry is like a 3 or 4 hit KO. And if you don't get frozen, then you're doing big damage to cure him. This guy's definitely impatient in the sense that if he gets hacked, he'll lose. But it also brings up another conversation point where it's like, bro, how many, like, quote unquote unlucky things can you outplay? He already got hit by a 1 out of 24 crit, so it's like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, he misplayed because he risked a 10% freeze or whatever. One turn that was underrated was right here. Clicking IDEF was nice. Clean is never sacking Great Tusk. Why would you burn your Corviknight? So that was a nice body press on the switch. Freezes the Blissey. Alright, here we go. I mean, sit. I think you just stay in here regardless. How many freeze dries we got? 23. We know freeze dry does a net of 4 or 5% to the Blissey. So you could actually sit here and PP stall the remainders. I think you could probably just sit here with Blissey until you're at maybe 50%, assuming you do get, like, what, stuck frozen for the next 10 turns. I think you can probably risk it until you get to like 40-50% before you have to switch into your Corviknight. And then if Corviknight gets frozen on the switch, then I think he actually will lose. If Corviknight does get frozen by freeze dry, I think he would end up losing this game to Great Tusk. But that's like such an insane situation. He already got crit, like I said. So Enam comes in. All right, clean. It's time to go for it. It's time to click Terra Blast. We're out. I mean, I did say this a minute ago, like 5 minutes ago, that unless this is Specs Terra Blast, he not breaking. So let's get to it. Oh, well, it was only Scarf H-Wish. It wasn't Specs. I mean, it makes sense. This team's average base speed is absolute cockballs if Enamorous isn't Scarf. I mean, it could be Specs still, and this could just be the greediest team of all time that loses to any Pokemon faster than 342. There's no way he brought this team, bro. What if I bring a Sun team with Walking Wake? Like, what if I bring any Pokemon ever into this? God, I hate this team. My Moltres 6-0s this shit, too. I spam Flamethrower and Roar, and his counter is his own. Fuck this team. Alright. Stealth Rock goes up. Toxic? Knock. Same shit. But again, this doesn't even make sense. Like, clicking knockoff here shows like you don't even know what's going on because you're not even getting up hazards, so why does it matter to knock this off? Just go to your core, bro. I would hate to see this guy lose because freeze dry double freezes or something like that. I don't have any like dog in this battle. Dog in this race. It's funny. There's a horse in this race, but whatever. We see Terra fight CC on the Switch. Hashtag we got some shit going now. So I like that a lot. Corv is useful only for the Petch. That's a nice turn. I actually forgot about CC. Because how the fuck can your set be Headlong CC Rapid Spin Stealth Rock? In any case, it did get great damage on Corv. It's going to be very hard to remove the hazards for the remainder of the game. But now the cat's out of the bag. Gliscor walls all 6. Game's over. It's over. Gliscor can Terra at any point and win the game no matter what. It's over now. Great Tusk is walled by Gliscor. Yo, click Protect. Yo, getting impatient. Should have clicked Protect that last turn. Now he's at 47. Hey, yo, bro. Come on now. It's getting spicy. Still think it's Jove, but that Gliscor might get 2 KO'd by close combat after rocks because it's Spit F, judging from the Flamethrower turn. Yo, it's actually pretty spicy. What's the Terra on this? Fighting? I guess that also instantly wins. Alright. Bro is still pretty good. The spikes up is nice. Oh, that was a tough seismic toss. There wasn't an objective correct play between clicking soft boil or clicking seismic toss, but I really like the seismic toss play because you know Great Tusk is the final threat here. So let's just get this shit off the field. CC. Spin is better, but I would have clicked CC too. Great play going into Weezing. Great play. Headlong doesn't kill. Right? Pretty fucking sure it doesn't. It's Weezing G, man. Should not killing. Alright, game over. Yeah. I mean, it didn't kill anyways. Because it did 40. But yeah, that should be a wrap. Because hazards cannot leave the field. Unless Blissey gets frozen. It's over. But I will say this, bro. Blissey is really low on HP. So, be careful, man. Roar, right? Yeah. Okay. Sleep Talk Avalanche. Or whatever. Roar. Free softball. That's all he wanted. Pull the Blissey back in. Confirm his victory. Totally get it. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, Queen not doing shit. Every time Gambit comes in, it takes an extra 25%. So, that's a W for Helion too. Not gonna lie, man. A guy like me clicks rocks here on rapid spin, but that's just my steez. I don't know about y'all, but you know what I'm saying though? You know what I'm saying though? That's just my steez. I'm clicking stealth rock on some G shit here. It actually makes no sense. I think you sack the Weezing, and it's like unlosable. Weezing sucks now anyways. Shit did its job. Yeah, you probably just sack the Weezing, and you can't lose if you do that. Yeah. But if you went for rocks, though, damn. Sorry. But hey, I'm just saying I knew. You know, this was a pretty nice game in the sense that I truly thought it was over, but then that Terra fight CC turn was pretty cool at forcing something. But credits to Helion too, because didn't lose any composure. Like, yeah, okay, my Corviknight took a CC, but I still understand the game plan, which is my Gliscor walls, get up the hazards, keep the Blissey healthy, and I win this as long as I don't get myself hacked by the Kyurem. This gets sacked to Flame. Okay. I guess decides he doesn't need the Pex. I mean, not the Pex, the Weezing G, because it already did its job, and Great Tusk dies to hazards. Personally, I would have still gone Blissey, because the only way it would suck is if you got roared or U-turned and it's still recoverable. This is actually low-key annoying for Helion too, because if you get roared every single time on Blissey, you're goobed. Gliscor cannot come in on anything because it's going to be at 47%. Shit's 2-hit KO'd by Flame. It's getting interesting, folks. It's getting crazy. Alright, let's see. Never mind, clicks Flamethrower immediately. Roar. Pull the Corv. Have to pull the Corv for anything. Yeah. Definitely lucky for that. You know, he's clicking Roar again. Be so for real. Yo, what's this bot shit, player? Okay. You know, at the end of the day, this is unpunished, which is something I really didn't even realize. This is totally unpunishable. You could roar unlimited times and get rid of the Corv. This is very possible stuff. Interesting. Dondozo, like I said, still has the overwhelming odds, but the fact that it's not cursed means, I don't know, there can be some troll stuff that happens in this battle. But damn, Petch coming in and taking 37.5 every time from the max hazards means that you can't even really bring it in to troll the Dondozo over and over. Alright. Well, Corv's gonna die soon if it gets pulled in exactly one more time. And this is down to 5 soft loads. Only way to win still is if the Dondozo somehow gets handled, which I don't know how that's going to be done, but we'll see. Gliscor gets pulled again. Knock, spikes, protect, EQ. Slowly but surely, we keep on fishing for the eventual Corv to bring in and kill. No dice. Nice knockoff. Get that little extra residual. I agree. Down to 2 roosts, so I don't know though. It's not looking great. We're just kind of, it's like impending doom to the Dozo, but fighting hard. Gliscor's back. I would just click protect, even if I know Moltres is clicking roost, because who cares? Oh, okay. Clicked roar. Well, killed the Corv, so Clean got what he wanted out of this, but it's like whatever. Yeah, this is still down to 2 roosts. And everybody is weak to hazards on Clean's team. Every single Pokemon is susceptible. That's just deadass the worst team ever. Whatever. Pose the burn, which is good. Can U-turn for 15, which isn't bad. Dondozo's gonna be done with sleep. The fact that this team is greedy and has max leftovers came really clutch, because even with rocks up, this shit barely makes a difference. If you have only rocks up, like, it's still fine to have lefties instead of boots. Roar, right? Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, what else? I mean, he has been fortunate to get flame body, but that's where being lefties really helps. so you don't have to take that extra 6 each turn. Plus, this thing still has ample soft boileds. Kirim comes in at an actual 50% after all this shit on the floor, so there's that too. Alright, so what? King Gambit? Or do we go into Kirim and we attempt a PP stall with Kirim? I think we attempt a PP stall with Kirim, because this shit's burned. Right? Fucking what else? Has Terra been used? Yeah, it has. Alright. Dude, this is why I was kind of like, yo, should he Terra the Dondozo instead? So that he's not super effective on freeze dry, and so that he doesn't get tricked by Ironhead King Gambit? Like, why do I feel like Last Mon Gambit can pull this out of its ass with one Ironhead flinch? Or not one Ironhead flinch. One Katao crit. That's what I was thinking of, not the flinch. You can't flinch a fucking water type. I mean, you can flinch it. The point is it won't do damage, but... Yeah, I was wondering if he wants to Terra fight this. But at the end of the day, bro, it's lefties on the Gambit, so it's like... Alright. That was a hashtag God play, by the way. I don't know if y'all caught that. Where was it? This was a tough play. Going hard into Dozo, knowing protect or sub is getting clicked no matter what. That was a great play. It was a great play. Is there any reason why he won't soft? Maybe just like... I don't know why he didn't soft, to be honest. I mean, not that it changes that much, but I don't like the idea of this getting low. Because, like, what if Gambit came in on turn 103? Well, then the game is over to Dondozo, because this would die to Hazards. So, yeah, that's actually very fair. I don't care much, like, when I see stall, if it wins or loses, but I do... Like, I don't have any, like, real bias when it comes to tournament. Like, yes, sometimes it's boring to see stall, but I also do think that it's only normal, and, like, the quote-unquote, like, team-building ecosystem that keeps everything in check, that people will bring stall and catch you lacking. Clean's team is absolute bullshit. Like, this team doesn't even do anything. Yeah, random sub Kirim, double stab Great Tusk, Scarf enamored, lefty. Like, this team actually makes no sense. So you run a team like this, which is nonsense and meant to just kind of, like, band-aid check everything. You run into some stall, you just get farmed. Like, and that's the point of stall. You're supposed to come in here and check these teams that don't actually accomplish anything. I don't know. This team is like, it's just lacking so many things that would have been able to like make it a contending team. This game only even is at turn 109 because Toxapex got crit. This should have been a way faster game. But yeah, spam Stealth Rock, spam Calm Mind. I would agree. How many moves do we have? We have 23 between sub. No, we have 26 between sub and protect. And here we have 40 between Stealth Rock and Calm Mind. It's over. It's over. Because even if bro crits all of them shits, I mean, you see what the damage the crits are doing. Shit not doing nothing. Alright, chat. I don't have the patience for this. I'm going to pause and come back for game 2, probably. Or whenever this PP stall war ends. Alright, I'm back, and actually a lot of things happened. It looks like I was actually hating. So, I think Clean actually went ahead and like did everything that he had to do to somehow neutralize the situation, which is a full PP stall until his Kirim gets back to 100%, and then Helion had to call it one turn and bring in the Dondozo on sub to get the extra PP out the way because realized that Kirim actually is capable of PP stalling. Gets a freeze. Which is a bad thing for Clean. He has to roar it out then as a result. Brings in the Gliscor, gets crit on the first flame, which is tough because Petch can probably 2-hit KO now. We see Kirim continue to apply the PP stall, which honestly surprised me. I didn't know it was capable of doing it to this extent. But I think he's probably PP stalled himself at this point. Let me check. That was actually mad interesting though. So 3 freeze dries left. Yeah, but you can't actually, you still can't actually gain enough as Clean. Even though we return to this battle and the game state is a lot more exciting than it was, which I'm happy to see. I love it when someone plays to their outs when they got some bullshit matchup. And that was really smart, the way that even with max hazards up, he knew his route was to PP stall with Kirim. I just couldn't sit there and watch all of it happen. But I guess in real time it would have been kind of shice to see. Because I didn't actually expect Blissey to get totally stalled out of its moves like we're seeing here. That shit has no more moves. So there's like the potential for Clean to win by switching enough. But everything's weak to hazards, so actually no. I mean, yeah, as Helion, you just spam knockoff and earthquake, and it's a wrap. I mean, even knocking off the helmet here, it was like, I don't even understand why he took the helmet damage. Like, I don't understand why he took that damage and clicked knockoff at all. If he had EQ, but I guess that way Dozo can't get taken advantage of by, because Avalanche is contact, right? So. Yeah, that honestly might be it. You know, just every little bit of it, you don't... Because I know Helion 2 is probably, like, sweating a bit at this point, because should have been won this battle. And it's like, bro, what? How are we still here at turn 176? But should be a wrap. Kirim takes the hit. Kirim has 0 moves except Freeze Dry. Why don't you protect? No more? Wait, it had 8. Alright, whatever. Actually, I do get it from his perspective. Wants to keep that protect in case it makes a difference versus Petch. I mean, yeah, from Helion 2's perspective, nothing matters. Like, the shit has only 2 attacks, so it kills itself trying to stop Bliss. Bro, what? 32? Oh, thank God. Thank God it lived. Scary ass endgame. 32 did seem like a lot for only 3 deads, though. Yo, this series got me hyped now. After this game 1. Like, this is that exhilarating shite. I'm not even being sarcastic. I like a game like this, you know? Keep both players on their toes going into game 2. Neither player is going to be satisfied with this game, regardless of who wins. Because shit is too close for comfort. Like I've been saying since the beginning, though. I think Clean's goobed. I didn't expect the Gambit to be doing this type of damage, though, with only 3 deads. I thought it would need 5 deads to do 31, but... that guy's strong. Final Petch. Just go into Bliss, right? Sack it. Spam toss. Is that possible way to lose? Alternate is go Glass Score. Which I don't think you need to do. Alright. Glass Score comes in. Protect is super duper free. Even if Clean clicks Parting Shot 1 time, he'll lose immediately, because Glass, or even at -1, is going to kill Gambit with all them hazards up. Spam's foul play, keep this shit low, but Helion 2 knows that it doesn't really matter if he protects or not. This isn't even doing any damage. It's doing a net of, what, 4 or 5%. So I guess the out here is to stall out the Earthquakes, but it's over. There's still 5 Earthquakes. Yep, protect, kill this, and then that's going to be solidly the end of game 1. I mean, maybe this lives EQ at 50. It does if it's max HP. I think there's a chance. Yeah, click SD. Sucker bounces off. Wow, I capped. Thought that shit would die. I mean, I thought that shit would live for sure. Shit gotta be a roll. What? Shit gotta be a roll. Tell me Glasscore dies to that? I mean, maybe. Gotta put 0 defense on this. Damn, King Gambit's cheap, bro. I mean, yeah, I know, but still. Sucker does 90 to 106. So 43% chance to KO at full. Dang. And we're on to the next one. So, I'll pause till then. So I went in between games to throw out the trash, and the fucking trash bag ripped, and that was literally one of the worst disasters of all time to deal with, so I missed the first few turns of game 2. Anyways, Ice Beam comes out, we see a freeze immediately. Assault Vest Tornadus T, by the way, judging from the fact that it took only 45. It's a phenomenal freeze, flinches the Garg right after, so I would wager that this game is done. Gets the roll as well afterwards. Wow, you really can't have a better few turns going your way after game 1 playing a 200 turn stall match. There's also a Frostmoth, which is hilarious. It's like Kirim, but better, because it has Quiver Dance. Math is math, baby. Lava Plume thaws out the Torn. Clutch play by Helion 2. Modern era strategies to take on cheap mechanics like Freeze. Heatran turns into a ghost type. Gets full paired. It's going for the Wisp. See if he can get it. It's Lum D-Knight. Alright, well, looks over. Because this shit goes stupid. Then again, Frostmoth uniquely tanks every attack Dragonite would run. EQ, Spinner, E-Speed. Also, Sinistra can spam Strength Snap. Strength. Yo, what was that one? Is that English? But yeah, Sinistra can spam Strength Sap. Yo, why am I watching this? Zama already won the game, bro. Hat had to Terra into a literal Steel type. Yo, let's wrap this one up, player. This is not Ice Spinner. This is EQ, E-Speed. Don't do that. What if this is Ice Spinner? He just wins. Bruh. I was like, the only reason you would be DD spamming out the ass like that. This is for sure misplay, by the way. You sack your 30% paralyzed Heatran, and then you go into Frostmoth and you kill this with Ice Beam. But now this is uniquely at +3. So it's like the wrong way to use resources. Alright. I will say that Za is gonna take 50, yeah. And then not kill. Alright. Cooked. Cause oh man. Rest? It's gotta be rest, right? Gotta be rest. Gotta be. Right? Let's see. I think it's okay. So you click rest here on Rapid Spin, yeah. Most obvious rest ever. But I guess Helion 2 didn't seem to think so. Seeing as he went into Tusk, thinking he was about to get the Rapid. Yo, that was the most, like, bro, like, what else is it gonna be? You're seeing body press, no lefties. Like, yo, be for real. Whatever. But yeah, like, yo, be serious, come on. You saw no lefties in press. What did we think was gonna get clicked? Alright. Tornadus lives and kills with Bleak Wind, so he's chilling. Early game was absolutely ridiculous still for Helion 2. He got frozen and then he got max rolled into flip. Yo! Yo! Yo, low key though, sub Frostmoth 1 from this position. Because this shit does have a god typing into Tusk and Kyurem and, you know, Hat if it has sub, which I think this game was fucking dumb, to be honest. You got really unlucky, Helion 2. But that's a hilarious game too, given how quickly it went. Game 1 was like 80 minutes. Let's wait till the chilling Game 3. Oh wait, before I go further, let's do predictions for Game 3. Clean is bringing Tornadus Hatterene, and then Helion 2 is probably bringing Garganical Woger Darkrai. Alright, let's pause to the next one. Alright, and we're finally here with the chilling Game 3 conclusion to our heated series. It's been a pretty epic ride so far, given the insane Game 1. Game 2, which Helion 2 didn't even really get a chance to play, given how unlucky he got, but whatever. The only misplay was that Rapid Spin with Great Tusk. That was some real noob shit. But in any case, it's still a pretty difficult position, given how the game state went. I think if turn 1 doesn't freeze, like, this shit is a super quick farm, because you just click U-turn, and then go into whoever you want. But looks like Helion 2 had decided to bring the same team, which, not a bad idea. I mean, team was a good pick into the last game, just got brutally hacked. Clean is using a team that everybody's been using lately. I think he himself used it in a previous round. Assault Vest Kyurem, which I hope he changed. I don't really like that set. I think it's bad, but any Kyurem is good into Helion 2. As long as rocks are up, this team actually doesn't have an ice resist. What was the hat in the last game? It's AV? Did we see? We didn't see. Okay. I think it's not I think it's Helmet. Hatterene. Knock off turn 1 and gets crit. This is the world's unluckiest Tornadus. This is why I don't like AV, because you lose to Garg. But to be fair, if you don't have Terra Ground or Specs or whatever, Garg is known to beat most Curums. So that's that. You know, Helion 2's team gets ass blasted by regular, just ice ground coverage Curum. If it was Terra Ground, sub protect, he doesn't really have too much to handle that. Turn 1 knock is always good though. It does suck that the Torn got crit. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to pivot into Darkrai, like one time, once that type of shit happens, but we'll play it by ear. Rillaboom comes in on the protect, okay. I mean, this could be SD. I know Clean has ran that before. I think Rillaboom is okay with Swords Dance, Terra Dark knockoff. Like, I think that's like a pretty viable, like, Terra Swords Dance abuser. There's definitely worse candidates out there. I've had success with Life Orb Rillaboom. Glide is a piece of shit weak move, so you got to do everything you can to boost it. This is Life Orb, judging by the damage, right? I was gonna say 44 is way too much. I mean, good trade. You need to get the damage. Knock is fairly free as well on everybody, so it's a good trade. Curum's in. And that ice move is pretty unpunished. I wonder if Clean's gonna go into his own Curum. It no longer has the Assault Vest though, but it is up in HP, 85 to 62. So, provided it's faster, it's going to win this 1v1. That's gonna happen right here. Sub gets clicked. Freeze Dry does a lot, man. 34, damn. Clicks Protect there, which is a smart play, because you still 2 at KO with Freeze Dry. Well, maybe. Okay, never mind. 34, 37. Alright. Not bad for Helion 2. Curum's out the way, and Curum actually got 0 kills, which is nice. Garg is not able to come in from the HP it's at, so he had to get this shit out the way very quickly. And so he did the right thing. Let's see. What is next? Trying to think, what's Clean's way of winning? The Rilla is cool with Life Orb, but D-Knight is going to handle it. Killing Curum is great though. One Pokemon out the way for Rillaboom to win this battle. We also know that the Dragonite's Ice Spinner EQ, E-Speed, I think it revealed everything. Did it reveal E-Speed? It didn't reveal E-Speed. It could be something ridiculous like Outrage, but I like EQ, Ice Spinner, E-Speed, like basic set, since like the Stone Age just does what you need. And E-Speed is nice on a team like this, which is lacking priority all around. No Gambit in Game 3 is crazy. Both are pussy. Sacks the Curum. Za coming in or Rai coming in? Who's coming in? I don't know who's the superior. Why does Helion 2 have no Scarfer? He actually relies on Torn for all the speed related stuff. This is a cool team. Hat plus Tusk, so you can have both Dragons and even Tornadus without boots. A greedy team, but you can afford to be greedy when you have good, consistent double removal like these two. And Lumberry D-Knight is definitely super troll. You can get away with a lot of stuff if you're Lumberry. Like, you can run Adamant DD, and then stay in on Dragapult, get the second Dragon Dance, knowing Wisp is never going to be able to come at you. Okay. Clicks Protect, just to stall out the extra turn. I don't really like this play from Clean versus going into Rai. Then again, Rai would let who in? Garg? Tusk comes in to click Ice Spinner. Alright, is this not Woodhammer? Knock, Grassy, SD. I would run Woodhammer personally. Yeah, I would run Woodhammer personally. It could be Terra Blast, I guess, but don't run no Terra Blast. If I have Woodhammer as Clean, that's the fastest click of my life. Then again, maybe not. Because if you get Ice Spinnered, yup, now no more Grassy Seed for the gold. So that was, yeah, I thought about it as soon as I said it. I'm like, is it great? It's like, alright. Lando's in. Taunt, right? Gotta have Taunt. Team this week to Hazards, no Taunt? Oh no. Earth Power did a good amount though, 25. Nice Stealth Rock. Great Stealth Rock. Only opportunity to get them up in the game was going to be right here, right now. And Clean said, fuck it, I'm going for it. So that was good. Raya comes in. Trick Scarf Raya? Potentially. Alright, cool. So, you switch out now as clean. I don't know to who. I think gold could be risky if you Salt Cures again. You actually lose if you Salt Cures again. But, you gotta switch. You can't trick. Come on. Come on, bro. I think you just click U-turn. I want to say Bleak Wind is like actually the right play, but missing would be awful. And Helion 2 already missed one, and that was shitty. So, but I do think Bleak Wind is like better. But if you no, don't click Bleak Wind. Don't click. I just want Garg to have a free switch in to recover, but that doesn't even make sense. If you U-turn, I mean, Clean has to pulse. He tricked an AV. He can't even get rid of the Assault Vest. You could just U-turn into Garg here. Okay. Doesn't even U-turn into Garg. Doesn't want to take the helmet damage, I suppose. Okay. Earth Power, Stealth Rock, U-turn, Stone Edge, perhaps? Perhaps this shit is not even rocking Taunt, which, when I have a team that has no removal, I like to run Taunt on my Landers. I think it's pretty damn greedy to not run Taunt if you have a team of guys weak to hazards like Clean has decided to do. Alright, man. Somebody's getting cured. The salt, it's getting cured. There's nothing you can do about that, to be honest. Alright. Well, something interesting is that Helion 2's timer showed up only on before turn 1. Meanwhile, Clean's timer shows up every turn, and he's losing every interaction. So, you can see like the mental game when things like this happen, where one player's timer shows every turn, and they're still losing interactions. It's like beyond uphill battle. Salt Cure gets clicked. Za is lefties, so it's gonna have IDEF. Rocks go up. I see. Okay. Well, I mean, if this is Heavy Slam, then that's some nasty shit, player. But people don't really run that. Terra Steel, Heavy Slam. I run sub Terra Steel these days, which is a great set, but he's definitely not no sub Terra Steel. Nice switch into Landers on Draining Kiss, and then click Stone Edge. Those were some great plays. Those were some great plays. Never give up type shit. Always do as much damage as possible. Landers is the final. I mean, not Landers. Dragonite is the final chance to win for Helion 2. Because Golden Go Nasty Plot, once it Terras, should beat Garg. Drop is fantastic as well. Because I mean, gold is always coming in here. To click plot. Yeah. And then you just Terra as Clean. And then it's like, you just chilling. So I don't actually see how you could lose as Clean, right? This anti gold's probably Fairy Dazzle, if I had to guess. Then again, it could be water. I see water gold a shit ton on these grassy teams, and that could be why he didn't Terra. Because why did he take the extra 25 this turn? You know. So there's a potential there that this is not even the Terra Fairy and it's actually Terra Water, which would be devastating for Clean because the Garg is gonna beat it then. Dragonite potentially is faster than this gold. Okay, it goes into D-Knight. So now what? It is Terra Water. Confirmo. Alright. I just mathed it. It's Jove. Because EQ is getting clicked as Helion 2. Yo, what? Terra fighting is too cold. Oh my god. That's a wrap. Oh my god. Of all the Terras in the entire world. I mean, Terra Fairy is the same shit, to be honest. But yo, that was pretty cold, player. Damn. That's a wrap. Focus Blast last. Gonna Oko Garg. Yeah, it's over. Damn. So Clean pulls it out. It's gonna be it, unless he can expertly dodge every Focus Blast, which could happen, but it's rare. Like I'm clicking Focus right here. Too easy. Alright, yeah. Goes into Hat on Blast, gets crit, and fucking dies. I mean, Za has IDEF in the back anyways, so Shots to Clean. He proceeds to the next stage of the playoffs. Strong run by Helion 2. I enjoyed recording one of his earlier series in this tournament. This was definitely an exciting one. I thought after game 1, it might be over for Clean because that team was so ass. And he got kind of packed up by the stall. But brought it back pretty strong. Game 2, tough luck for Helion 2. He got really unlucky, but that's how it goes some days. Anyways, I'm glad I caught this live. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. What is going on, guys? We're back here today. More official tournament, the official ladder tournament, my favorite OU tournament on the whole site, the best singles tournament in my opinion. But all that aside, we're here today with an epic tournament series. Taste versus Old Spice Mike. This is the final round of the pools bracket in this stage of the tournament. Both of these players are currently 2-2 in sets. So after 5 difficult weeks, they find themselves facing each other. Whoever wins this will go on to the next round of the tournament, the top 16. Currently, it's in a top 32. And whoever loses is now eliminated from the tournament completely. So this is pretty epic stuff. It's like the greatest decider that could be. And the winner will go on to the top 16 and hopefully be able to win the whole thing. But yep, this is an elimination game. I think both of these guys are really strong players and have been for the last few years in OU. So when I saw that they were both matched up in the 2-2 bracket, I knew I had to tap in. Loser goes home, winner moves on. We're catching that. So here we are. Let's go over the teams. So Taste decided to bring dual screens offense. This is something that Vertex has been using almost every round, 1 or 2 games. Deoxys gets up the screens and the Stealth Rock, and then you have basically 4 Pokemon that's set up. Tusk is Stealth Rock, Headlong. I think it's Taunt Rapid Spin, or it could be Knockoff Rapid Spin, something like that. But either way, screens are going up. Old Spice Mike's team is way more of a bulky O. He got Assault Vest Alomomola, which we know for a fact because it used Body Slam. Gliscor, I don't know what it's going to be, but I would think it's Spikes on this team. Maybe just Spikes plus Knockoff. Weavile's great to have on a team like this because you do need knockoff support when your whole team is bulky and flip turning around. I don't know what the Raging Bolt is. It's a 50-50 between Boots and Choice Specs. I do think Choice Specs Raging Bolt is really underrated at the moment. People always want to default to Booster or like even the bulky leftover set, but I think Specs is still tried and true. Like there's no switch into that besides Blissey. Tinglu's taken half from Draco and that kind of thing. So I still rate Specs Raging Bolt really, really highly. I'm not sure what Mike's going with on this team, but he does have some flexibility. The Weavile Raging Bolt core has always been something really strong on both offense and balanced style teams. Like it's been around for a long time. These two break for each other really nice. The Pokemon that Weavile brings in, like Corv and Skarm, Raging Bolt destroys those. And then the Pokemon Raging Bolt brings in, like Gliscor, Tinglu, Weavile's gonna farm those. So together these two make a really good combo. And it's just like a really good mix having these two because you can't really wall them on their respective sides, right? The physical and special side. All right, we see Rocks damage affect the Raging Bolt. We see Reflect go up immediately too. Nice play by Taste to go for Reflect over going for the Light Screen. There's no point in going for Light Screen when you know that you can't stay in with the Petrant there regardless and risk a Psycho Boost. Raging Bolt taking the Rocks means I know for a fact this is about to be Specs. And if it's not Specs, get out of here. All right, so it does 52 with T-Bolt, so it's very clearly Specs. Totally makes sense. Old Spice Mike does need something to hit hard. Weavile having heavy-duty boots is definitely not going to be enough. We see the switch into Alomomola. Old Spice Mike is switching every single time. That turn, T-Bolting into Tusk would be like, what are you doing? Good thing for Mike, though, is that the Tusk isn't bulk up because, yo, Mike's team is honestly pretty whack. Like a regular bulk up Rapid Spin Tusk destroys this. He can't even switch into Headlong plus Ice Spinner. Obviously, Headlong crit here and did 60, but that means the regular one does 40, which means the Alomomola is full spit F. Body Slam crit as Ogre comes in, no para, which is really all that matters. But those Body Slams do hit pretty decently. I remember having this conversation with 3D when we saw this Terra Normal Alomomola in one of the series we recorded, and he was like, dude, it's for the extra damage on Body Slam, and that shit do be hitting. Alomomola's attack is not bad by any means. Anyways, I'm a little behind here. We see Ogerpon come in on the flip turn. Great play. No reason to Headlong that because you're not gaining anything regardless. SD gets clicked. Just go for damage here with Ivy Cudgel 70%. Crits, so he does 90%, which is great. No confusion. I would wager that Mike is just screwed from the current position he's in because he has to lose 2 Pokemon. Oh, it's just over, bro. It's just over. If this can hit Raging Bolt with Play Rough, it's just over. I don't like Mike's team for this reason. I don't like this like pseudo balance, double ground type stuff. But again, Ogre Pawn matchup in general with this team is not great. Petch is about as good as it gets for like curbing it one time, but yeah. Now I don't think I would run Ogre without play rough. So let's see. And that it's just over. It's just over because Mike can go into Weavile only if it's choice banned and it clicks Terra Ice, because that's the only way to stop the Terra Water Ogre from terraing on your Ice Shard and living. Alternatively, you go to Aloma Mola, which I don't even think Mola takes +2 Trailblaze after rocks because it's full Spit F. And there's a chance that, I don't know, the Ogre is adamant or something if you're running a Screens team and you're running Trailblaze. But yeah, I think it's just cooked for Mike. I don't really think there's any path that he can take to get out of this hell. Because this is +1 speed now, so what would have been the original way of revenge killing is no longer there. Aloma Mola comes in, so we might actually see a Terra normal body slam, because I really don't see how else he's getting out of this situation. Taste doesn't even have to Terra yet. Why would he Terra with Ogre Pawn? He's chilling. He can take this trade. I don't know, is this a 50-50? I'm fairly certain Trailblaze kills this at 82 because it's Spit F. Assuming the Ogre is max attack. It might need Adamant to kill this, but what's it called? When your Mola isn't Fizz Def, you don't be really tanking them hits. He does turn normal as I expected. Yep, okay. And kills with Body Slam, so fine trade for Taste. At the end of the day, he doesn't have to make the super try-hard play of predicting the Terra and clicking Cudgel. I don't think Mike can win with these remaining 4 Mons, especially with Terra still on the table. So we'll see. I think King Gambit wins at any point with any Terra. That's not Fire Terra, actually. Fire Terra is dicks here, but assuming it's Fairy Blast Gambit or Ghost Gambit, either one looks good. Weavile dies to +2 Sucker if everybody's dead. I think you need 5 deads though to confirm the kill. Let me calculate real quick. Probably just Adamant and then Weavile. And then if you have 5 deads, you're +2. I feel like it kills. 97 to 115. Okay, cool. Okay, so Taste brings in Deoxys on the free turn that he gets, and he's able to get that reflect up, which is nice. Like I said, I don't know if Mike's Gliscor spikes or SD, but I think spikes. I'm too good. I'm too good. I told you, man. Too good. No, I'm playing. It was pretty obviously spikes on this team, judging from what he's going for with this Volt turn, Specs Bolt type shit. SD versus spikes is not the biggest issue. I would wager Mike's set is better. SD is not beating this type of build. Oh my god. Air Balloon too? Nice switch. Steroledge comes in on Ice Spinner. Nice play. Covers the Ice Spinner, obviously, and it covers the Rapid Spin. I don't know what Mike does now. If he stays in on Bitterblade, it's going to do minimum 80-90%. He's not going to kill back with EQ, so that's an L state. You go into Gliscor, he's going to spam Bitterblade on your Gliscor, which is okay, I think. What do I do as Mike? Do I go Gliscor? Or do I trade damage? How does trading damage even do anything for me as Mike? Terra's gone too, so why would I not SD as Taste? If I know I live EQ, which I do because Reflect is up, what is stopping me from clicking SD as Taste? If I know EQ 100% cannot kill me, which it can't, because again, Reflect is up. Reflect takes out the super effective damage, and then it's only -1. I'm fairly certain this is a defensive Treads. Oh, it's Boots Treads. I don't know if y'all noticed that. It's pretty anti-spikes. Alright, SD's here on EQ. Like I said, shit lives easily. It's Jove. The shit has Terra too. Not that it matters. It's going to be Terra Ghost. But, yeah, because now Mike has to sack something that has a lot of HP. Treads has maxed HP. Gliscor's at 88 after Stealth Rock. Mola after Stealth Rock is at, what, 50 to 8, 59? And Mola has base 1 trillion HP, so no matter what happens here, Steroledge is getting #the suck. I'm just saying, that's what Bitterblade is, that's what's about to happen. It's about to suck all that HP, and it's about to be a terrible, terrible mess. I don't think Mike can win. As I've already said 5 times this battle, but like, he really can't win from this position. It's all on Weavile and Treads. You'd need obscene luck. Alright, Tace is probably wondering whether or not he should Terra here. Oh, it's Life Orb. I didn't even realize it's Life Orb. That's cool. I thought it would be Boots or Sash or something. Orb is so strong, especially with that Terra Ghost for the Goob stab. I think... Okay, he just goes right for Geist. This is Fizz Def Gliscor, no? Okay, well, the end. I mean, Mike lost anyways. Even if that was Fizz Def Gliscor and it lives, it's over. Terra's been extinguished. There's a Val in the back, which is faster than all Weavile sets. There's a Gambit on a balloon with Terra on the field. Deoxys is also getting those screens up. It wasn't going to be an SD Weavile miracle. It wasn't going to happen. There was a potential, but it would have had to happen way earlier on in the battle. It was pretty much clipped once Trailblaze got clicked on the Petarant on turn 10. This team is already very, very weak to Ogre. The Ogre does not even need to be SD. Knockoff with rocks up 6-0s this team. Because Petch can only come in like one time. And then this situation happens regardless. Screens or no screens, you could always SD with your Ogre and then trade into Petch as long as no poison. So that's just the reality of these types of teams that rely on Petch as their catch-all. But yeah, I didn't like Mike's team that much. I love Bolt and I love Weavile, but I don't like it on this type of structure. I think he should have had like some Dragonite, Tinglu, Clefable, fat shit if he's going to try and make the most of these. Ceruledge is pretty good versus all of those though. Like all of those fatter type builds, so I totally get it. Alright, let's see. Okay, I was using this team that Tace is using. I was using something pretty similar a couple months ago on the ladder. CTC gave it to me randomly, and he was like, "I'm having a lot of success with this team." He was having like a grassy terrain addiction, and Rilla is really good. Old Spice Mike is running an hyper offense that I think another battler already brought in this tournament, which was Giannis, who's another player that I've covered some of his battles, but I'm almost certain he brought these 6 already to the tournament. So interesting hyper offense pick. I don't know, everyone's on Val recently, like not Val, sorry, Deoxys as a lead, but I'm not like that crazy about it. Like, I think screens is the best way to do it. Is Mike running screens? Well, everybody does benefit from it on this team, and he did just get packed up by it, so I wouldn't be totally surprised if that's the way he wants to go after game 1. I mean, screens is hard. Any middle range team you face, like what Tace has or what Mike had game 1, any mid range gets completely bodied by screens. It's very hard to beat the Pokemon in front of you when they're taking half damage, and then you also can't really do any type of good damage back. It's a total mess. Okay, let's see. Okay, I found the team I was using similar to this. There's actually a Slowking G over Zapdos on the version I use, which is this. But yeah, SD Gliscor, max speed, Bold Gold, Double Hazard Tinglu, and then Boots on the last 3. We'll see if Tace is running a similar strategy, which is just, again, like mono Boots out the ass, but it's pretty good. We see Woodhammer click turn 1. He's not banded, but he's obviously not banded. There's no removal on this team. Has to be Boots. Alright, so Mike goes for Rocks instead of going for Reflect, which makes me think that he doesn't have Reflect, and he was probably to attack Rocks Taunt. Tace is happy though. That trade is nothing for Old Spice Mike. Like, getting up Rocks on a team where Rocks hits exactly one Pokemon, which is Gliscor, isn't doing much whatsoever. I wonder if getting damage was better. Then again, there's no immediate switch after clicking Psycho Boost, assuming he has Eject Pack or whatever the fuck. Pulp comes in here, alright. But I mean, hey, Grassy's up. We're chilling. I might just click Knockoff as Rillaboom. What would I click as Mike? I'm probably a Life Orb Val if I'm on this type of team, right? Why the fuck would I go into Dragapult unless I'm Life Orb? This shit's not clicking DD here. It would just lose the game immediately if it clicks Dragon Dance here. The fact that this came in before Dragonite means that it's going for like a fire move Or like a Life Orb boosted or a Specs boosted or something. This coming in with the inability to kill Rillaboom would be really surprising for me. Unless, of course, it clicks Will-O-Wisp, but judging by the team, it doesn't look like it's going to be some support shit. I think it's going to be Life Orb or Dragon Dance. I just don't know why it came in on turn 3. Like, I really want to know what the Dragonite is. Because Ice Dragonite goes dumb on this team. That Gold is going to be a threat, though, for Old Spice Mike. Gold blanks a lot of the Pokemon on his team, which is T-Wave, Recover, Bulky. He's not really able to break through that. And then SD Gliscor is a beast into these types of builds. Once Tastes his own grass, he shuts down. He sweeps us with EQ at +2. Nothing can actually do substantial damage, except for D-Knight Ice Spinner. But once it turns normal type, it literally walls everybody, short of Valiant. So, this is an interesting one. Also, Boots Zamazenta goes dumb on this team. Just kills everybody with Heavy Slam and Crunch. I don't know what the gold's going to be, but it has to be Fizz Def. Otherwise, this is looking tough again for Mike, because... Okay, so Wisp does get clicked. I still think it's Life Orb. Oh, wow. So it really is just support Boots on this team. And this was the immediate answer, I guess. I feel like this is not great for Taste. Like, I mean, not great for Mike. I think it's fine for Taste. From Taste's perspective, Rilla is walled by hella Pokemon on the team, right? King Gambit, even Gold is not 2-hit KO'd by knockoff unless it's 0 bulk, so you don't need it. Doesn't need the priority revenging for Val. Glide only does like 50 anyways, and there's a Gold, there's a Zap. There's also a Terra with Ting-Lu with Whirlwind if shit really ever got like so horrible. Because now it's like, if I'm Taste, I'm clicking U-turn here and taking the Hex. Like, who cares? Like, who cares about this turn? This Dragapult just confirmed it's going to die to rocks once I get him up over the course of the battle. Alright, Woodhammer's crazy. I don't know why you wouldn't U-turn. Because you're staying in to trade. So it's like, why not U-turn? You're slower anyways. Woodhammer for sure was nonsense. Should have just clicked U-turn. King Gambit came in. Does not have lefties. Does not have Air Balloon. So I guess we can assume that it's Lumberry. This team doesn't exactly have great status switch-ins anyways, save for Gold. So there is that. Let me try and do some quick maths on the damage. If Woodhammer does 19, I think we can say that this Gambit does not have bulk. Let me do a calc real quick. I know that's like a crazy call, but I'm pretty sure this thing does not have bulk. Rillaboom, utility, max attack, U-turn into King Gambit. We are burned. Right, so we'll just put the attack to -2. 10 to 12 with U-turn. And it did how much? 10? Did 11. Yeah, he's 0 HP. And he just went for low kick, which beyond confirms it. That was a shice play by Taste to go into Gliscor. That was a super shice play. That was a great play. Low kick was a good play by Mike because covers the Za for the strongest amount of damage possible. And then also Ting-Lu might get 2-hit KO'd with +1 dead. But now, Mike got actually 0 from that turn. Because Taste got free Gliscor activation and gets to click EQ here for free if he wants to. Even if Golden Go comes in on a balloon, nobody has taken damage save for Rillaboom. And Rillaboom's an easy sack at any point in this battle. Doesn't need it. Everything is on the Valiant and the D-Knight to win. Let me not count Mike out because that Val can very easily sweep with Moonblast. Reverse Terras to stop that are Zama turning Steel, Ting-Lu turning Poison, potentially. Or Ting-Lu tearing into anything, because no matter what Ting-Lu turns into, Fairy, Poison, blah, 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 that shit cooks Valiant. And then D-Knight, I want to say is Terra Blast flying on this team, so we'll see. SD for SD gets clicked, which is nuts, but Mike doesn't even have a Mon that can do damage to this, so I'm not like that surprised. Alright, gangsters, are we going to see... What are we going to see? I mean, we'll probably see a... We see a Terra from Mike, and he just starts going for it. Yo, that's not good. I don't want to see him Terra and go for it, because the D-Knight is not going to win then. Oh, damn, this is a nasty, nasty turn. It's even a nasty turn for Taste, because, like, sucker. Oh, okay. The fact that he didn't take the damage makes this okay. Okay. The fact that he didn't end up taking the EQ chip is why this turn is not as bad as it could have been. Because we all knew Mike had to Terra there to not lose his King Gambit. But Terra Dark was actually pretty amazing because doesn't have to take the extra chip. And this can still be a defensively sound Pokemon later on in the battle. Oh, big Dragapult switch on the CC. Big call out. Big call out. I wasn't sure if Taste was going to be able to go for the Heavy Slam or not. That's a tough play to make. We see Tranquility come in on the Wisp. Nice play. Nice play. These guys are bossing up. Last 3 turns have been some boss calls. Great job going into gold. Taste knows that if he goes into Tinglu on U-turn or Wisp, it's just bad. It's a net negative. This is at least a way to try and scrape back some of the momentum. Plus, Mike has no switching to make it rain, right? You go into Gambit, it's fucking gonna die. Or it's gonna take like 60 plus. And then Golds can't switch into Shadow Ball, obviously, so. Okay, turn 10, game state. Let me think, who do I feel has the slight lead here? Okay, Hex Chip for Val, great play. Never mind, Taste covered that. Mike loses now this 1v1 because Holt did nothing. And this gets to recover 8 times and be at 100. Damn. I knew it was T-Wave because it's literally my team. You just changed one mon. It's literally my team. I told you, it's SD Gliscor, it's like Slowking, it's Boots Zama. I mean, it can only follow the same structure. And the team is old. CTC made it a while ago. But the point is, like, it was following this framework where the gold's going to be defensive and win the trade. So that was some greedy ass shit by Mike. I'm not going to lie. I think gold was the play every time. Because you have a Val and you have a Pult for Za, so you don't really need the 3rd backup check. But whatever. Mike gets to kill this, so it's not the end of the world. And I still would wager that D-Knight's matchup is fucking amazing. Gliscor win condition's dead. Zapdos is a T-Wave merchant. Zap could be 3 attack on this team. Mega Rain doesn't do shit. I should have nothing. I mean, Mike's happy, though, to kill this. But Taste is also happy, because it's like, great, another Pokemon that trolls is dead. This is actually an annoying Pokemon for Zapdos. Zap might win with Hurricane, straight up. I also just realized King Gambit, again, Terra'd, so D-Knight's going to be an interesting one. Okay. Yeah, this is bad. For Mike, for sure. Keeping the gold, I agree with, though. Otherwise, you do open yourself to a Zap ass blast. SD, didn't expect that. Oh my god! Alright, so the way I saw this turn, you trade the Val for the Zapdos, but that's a net positive for Taste. So this is horrible. Damn. Yeah, because from Taste's perspective, he getting the kill with Volt Switch and moving on. Alright, at least he paralyzed so he can safely kill with Za. Alright, same shit. Except it's not the same shit. Because keeping the Zapdos is actually important. That was actually awful. That freeze was bullshit. Because even if paralyzes with static, the whole thing is that the Zapdos doesn't die for fun. That sucks. And now that gold was preserved, gold might just win with Nasty Plot Terra Fairy. Yo, that's some bullshit. Whatever. Chad Ice Punch rewarded with a freeze. Alright. Hound of Hades. Playing that Hades 2? I was playing Hades 2 this weekend. I was cooking. I'm garbage, actually. But, you know, I try my best. I had some tough equips. Maybe I'll stream it at some point, but maybe I'll stream it if I feel like seeing a chat full of agents call me garbage. I try my best, though. Alright, the point is in this battle so far. Alright, gold's back in. Terra hasn't been used, right? Alright, copy. So what if this is Terra Dark or Terra Stellar? Shit's over right here. I mean, it's obviously Steel, right? What did I have? I had Fire, and I had fucking Howl. Howl is for sure Giga Dicks. Like, it's one of the worst, it's one of the worst shits you could run. But it's funny. Like, the idea of clicking Howl with your Zama and winning is, like, too good to give up. Okay, heavy damage. 52. But not heavy enough. How do we win as Taste? Put everything on the Golden Go? Right? Not a bad idea. You have Grassy to help. It's gonna be Fairy. It's gonna sit there all day. It's gonna wall everybody once gold dies. I guess it doesn't wall Gambit. Gambit blows it up with Iron Head. Assuming it, Terra Fairies. Which I think it has to Terra Fairy to beat D-Knight. Unless Grassy's up, then there's that. So Mike technically should have a clear path with his Dragonite, even if Tinglu's at 57 and all that, but I do think a combination of going to Rilla, sacking, then Tinglu, Whirlwind, if it's not Ice Spinner, of course. Okay, Ice Fang is for sure the correct play, because you're going for odds, right? You might as well put it all there. Okay, Rilla comes in on EQ. Very acceptable play. Oh my god, not this fat piece of shit. But he's completely walled. He's completely walled, so I think as Mike, you gotta go for like another DD. No, go to gold here, Mike. Deadass, go to gold. Mike's fucked. Even if he goes to gold, he's fucked. Because the Tinglu's gonna come in and tank whatever at +2 and get the kill with EQ. And then spam Ruination until it's killed by either one of these Pokemon. And then Zama wins. It's over. It's like actually over. If Mike wins this, it's gotta be like a crazy hacks victory from this path forward. Because first off, EQ does not even 2-hit KO the gold with Grassy Seed. Not Grassy Seed, sorry, with Grassy Terrain Recovery. Because this is beyond bold nature, max Fizz Def, bro's Aki. He's beefy, you know what I'm saying? So it's not as easy as you'd think for Mike to break through this. I mean, this is just a good structure in general when you have Rilla Terrain, and then you can basically just run boot spam because they don't need lefties. They're getting the pseudo lefties anyways. It's annoying. It's annoying shit. It's annoying shit. Okay. What are we deciding? Yeah, I mean, you have to fight every chance as Mike. So, oh, he does go for DD again. I see. I see. Okay. Okay. Pace knows that as long as he doesn't let this get, what, 4 Dragon Dances, his Za is still faster. So, or is it even 5 dances? We don't know the Dragonite spread. That shit could be fat. It's not fat, I don't think. I feel like 48 from Ice Fang would mean no HP invest. Or like very little HP invest is what I want to say. Turns into a fairy type. I see. Did he have to do that? Why do I feel like... Okay. Oh my god, that's actually pretty shitty. That's actually pretty shitty for Mike. Because I don't even think Iron Head kills this. Alright, it's over anyways. With that extra damage, there was a chance, but it's just for sure Giga over. So, that is going to be the series. Because the gold is Shuka, Nasty Plot 3. It's going to be that. Yeah, because you just go hard Tinglu. Yep. Yeah, and even if it is recover, you win as long as you hard switch out. This was well played. I would say Taste definitely outplayed in both games. This game was pretty bad off the rip for Old Spice Mike. The fact that Rocks went up, which did nothing the whole game, Deoxys then insta-died to glide the next turn, and then the way of dealing with Rillaboom was to burn it. Like, he lost so much. Gambit got weakened, Pult got weakened, Rilla, which again is not even useful this game. Yeah, and then Terra even got baited out too. And like Gliscor versus offense, either you do some work or it gets traded. Like, it's not the end of the world. And like even the Zap got hacked, which it was for sure game over immediately without that freeze. So yeah, I would say that the tools were there for Old Spice Mike to win, but I think Taste was like very solidly in control. As for the first game, the dual screens game, yeah, I mean that shit was pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie. If you get the poison here, it's a different story, obviously, because you don't get auto swept, but this team is pretty fucking weak to screens, Ogre Pawn. And I mean, screens in general is pretty difficult for these types of teams to deal with. But I would never use this type of team, because this team even loses to a basic King Gambit. This team's counter to King Gambit is Raging Bolt, Specs T-Bolt. So, regular King Gambit just SDs and 6-0s this when it comes in on Mola or Petch. So I don't really get it. At least for me, when I use my fat builds, you gotta have a phaser. And there's 2 phasers. There's Tinglu with Whirlwind, And there's Dragonite with Dragon Tail. You got to bring one of them. Anyways, that's going to be that. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'll probably put this with another series just because it was so short, but I had fun recording this. Credit to Taste, he now goes on to the top 16 bracket. So the last few weeks I've been posting this tournament, it's just been the Swiss stage, which every player has to win 3 best of 3s to make it to the next stage. So the 32 players that initially made it into this playoffs, they've been playing for the last 5 weeks. Some players won all 3 of their first 3 series, and so they've just been waiting the last couple weeks. Some players go back and forth. I think Taste went from 0-2 to 2-2, or it was 2-0 to 2-2 or something like that. But I know he came back pretty strong. I want to say he went from 0-2 to 3-2 now. So that's pretty heroic shit. But yeah, now it's top 16, basic tournament. If you lose, you're out. And we'll get to our winner in the next few weeks. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Catch y'all soon. Leave a like. Peace.